Hello, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Doings Live channel. I'm today's live screamer, and we are the live show about the waste tire, waste plastic, oil yield, cool oil yield, oil sludge, the pyrolysis equipment. Welcome to our company. Welcome to the live show. So today I'm going to tell you about the equipment our company have and about is it profitable to set up and pyrolysis equipment and how many profits can we obtain and what kind of the raw material can be processed by our equipment. These are all questions. Any questions you want to ask, you can just type it in the comment place, or just you can leave your WhatsApp number, your email, your telephone number in the comment place, or just send your message privately. Then our sales manager will contact with you immediately to give you a more detailed introduction. Welcome our friends from all over the world. We are the Chinese company, and we are located in the center of China in Henan province. So if you are interested, you're so welcome to come to our company, to come to our factory, to have a visit, to know more details about our equipment. So we have our own factory. It's nearby our company, and we will have many customers from all over the world, from all the continent, like from most of our clients from Asia, from Europe, from America, and they all were so welcomed to come to our factory to see how our production, how our equipment made. So it's very convenient to come here. Our sales manager will drive a car to the airport, or the high-speed weight transportation to come to help you to visit our factory. So it's very welcome you to come here. And we are the manufacturer of the waste tire, waste plastic, and the oil sludge, the coal oil sludge, the material, the equipment company. And any details you want to ask, just contact with us. You can leave your WhatsApp number, your email number, and to send our message privately. So our sales manager will contact with you immediately to give you an introduction about whether the prices, the profit, the market, or something details of our equipment you want to know more. You're so welcome to ask. Yes. My assistant just typed the WhatsApp number to the comment place, so you can just contact with us directly. You're so welcomed. And this, I can't see the, okay. This is, behind me is the introduction of our equipment. And well, you can see that we are the pyrolysis plant. Our manufacturer, our equipment is the pyrolysis plant to pyrolysis the waste tire, the waste plastic to the flue oil or the diesel. This is how what our equipment can do. So I will have an introduction of you about this brochure, and any questions you have when I just give you an introduction, you can just ask me. Well, this is our company. We are in China, just as I said, and we are the Henan doing environmental protection technology company. We're in China, but we have our customers, our clients in all continents, and it's more than 120 countries have our equipment. They're just working. So if you want to see how our equipment work, or how bad or how good our equipment work, you can just come to our continent's factory to have a visit. But you need to contact with our manager first. Then our manager will book will contact with the clients and said, well, we have some bosses want to visit you, so I'll see when and how you can visit there. This is the brochure of the pyrolysis equipment. You can see that. First of all, I will introduce you about the raw material and the oil yield. And you may ask what material or what kinds of things that can our equipment to process, and how many oil I can get. Well, I will give an introduction for you first. Well, the main raw material of the pyrolysis equipment is rubber tire and waste plastic. This is the most common material we met in the market. Like this, the rubber tire. Well, the oil yield is from 32 to 45. This is all due to what kind of tires you have. Just you have the big tire from the truck, from a big car, the oil yield can reach to 42 to 45. It's very high, but you have some small tires like the bicycle, the motorbike, and the material is can reach to like 35 to 40. Although the oil yield is lower than the big tire, but it's more cheaper than it, so you can also get the profit. And more buses these years have chosen this kind of small tires because in China, well, actually the big tire like the tires from the truck is very more and more expensive actually. Welcome. And now we are the doing company for the pyrolysis equipment. Welcome. Any questions you have, just ask in the comment place, or just you can leave your WhatsApp number privately to us, send the message privately, and our sales manager will give an introduction. This is the plastic, the second one, the plastic. Well, there are different kinds of plastic, and the oil yield is very random. Like if you have the pure plastic, like the PP, PEPS, and the oil yield can reach to very high, like to reach to 90%. But while your material is mixed one, for example, we have buses that have the paper mail waste, and his raw material can from 20% to 60%. This all due to how many water they have in our raw material. Like if you have the wet one, the raw material is only like 20%, but the dry one, the dry material, the raw material is 60%. So due to how many water or how many other things you have in your plastic. There are many kinds of plastic, except the PET and PVC. It's can't used as the raw material to have a process equipment, to have a process project, because they have something that they will block the pipe and the condensing system. And I will have introduction about how our work line work. Well, we have the pyrolysis equipment, we have the pyrolysis system, and the condensing system, the discharging system, and the flue gas purification system. So it's kind of like the 4 or 5 to 6 system to finish the work, to have finished the pyrolysis. And this is the second raw material, is the plastic. And you can see that there are many kinds of, like the waste in our daily life. We also have plastic, or the paper mail waste, or the medical waste. They're all plastic. So it's kind of normal things in our life. So you can have many input. You have many input in the raw material. So it's not hard to find this raw material actually. It's all due to what kind of raw material and about the oil yield. So if you want to know if you whether your material can have a high profit or high oil yield, you can send your material to our factory and we'll have a service. It's free to test how many oil yield your material have. It's all free, and we will have give you some data, some tests to tell you whether you can have this project. Now, this is our service. Or if your country, your region is very far from China, you can just send some photo, some picture to our sales managers. Both okay, and we will have some tests or some analysis. And this is the second and the third. Welcome. This is a third raw material about the pyrolysis equipment, the oil sludge. It's really quite normal yield. It's quite normal things in some countries that have some kind of oil fields. Yeah, the oil fields. For example, in China and the Shanxi province, there are kind of plenty of the oil fields underground. So some bosses will have plenty of the oil sludge or some oil waste, the quota oil, and also the first raw material. Some bosses will have this kind of raw material, and they can also be pyrolyzed by our equipment, and they will get the flue oil and other things like the gases, the flue gases. They also can get these kind of things, and they can also get some profit from the government, because there are some waste, and they can help the government to do to this waste things. And the fifth raw material is very common, and more bosses from these years have chosen this kind of raw material as the aluminium plastic. The aluminium plastic. After pyrolysis, you can get the pyrolysis oil here. Oh, you can see the mouse, the type. And wait a minute. Okay, like this. You can get the pyrolysis oil, and you also can get this aluminium ingot. Well, you can get much more higher profit from the aluminium ingot than the pyrolysis oil. So, for example, the aluminium can sell for 10,000 each ton, more than 10,000 per ton. And like the product from after our pyrolysis, you can get the pyrolysis oil, the carbon black, the steel wire from the waste tire, or you can get the plastic oil, the carbon black from the plastic, and any other things. All these things, or the product, or the raw material you want to know about your raw material, you can just contact with our sales manager. Or during my broadcast, if you have any questions you want to know, you can just say it in the comment place, or just send your WhatsApp number privately. Then our sales manager will contact with you immediately. So next, I'm gonna introduce about what kind of equipment our company have and their advantages. What advantages does each equipment have? Well, this is the first equipment that its name is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. It's our new design. You can see that the new design. Why we have this kind of new design? Because in China, the government encourage us to encourage this kind of markets, kind of project to have the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, because they have the biggest capacity, and it's more environmental friendly and it's more safety. It have much more safety devices. So the government encourage us to have this fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and it's just from these years, maybe from 2020. It's just like 4 to 5 years to have this fully continuous pyrolysis plant. But our company have this kind of equipment for many years. So we have a mature design or mature equipment. And there are few of the company in China have this kind of design. So you can have a trust of this, also of our design, our company. And any doubt you have, any more details you want to know, you can come to the client's factory in China, or we have the fully continuous plant in many countries, like in Russia, in Brazil, maybe in America we have our fully continuous, and India we also have. So the many countries we have in many countries abroad, we have the fully continuous. You want to visit, it's more welcome for you to visit the client's factory or our own factory. All the equipment, all the details things, so some small design are all produced in our own factory. So we just talk the fully continuous have the more larger capacity. So what's the daily capacity they have? Well, it showed us we have the 15 tons per day, 20 tons per day, 30 tons per day, and 50 tons per day. And most of our clients will choose the 30 tons and 50 tons. Like this is a customer from Chongqing in China, and this capacity is 30 tons. They can produce 30 tons of the rubber powder from the waste tire per day. So you can say that it can produce 50 tons of the waste tire per day. So the capacity is much more bigger, and another advantage is it can work for 40 hours, and it can work 45 to 60 days without stop. So we don't need to cool down the reactor to discharge carbon black. We just need to work. It can feed the raw material and slag the carbon black at the same time. So it's more time saving and it's more efficient. And this some equipment advantage we have. It has the fully automatic PLC system. So it's automatic, and it saves more labor or saves more worker. For one line, for one 50 tons work line, you just need maybe 3 workers. We don't need many workers. You just need 1 or 2 workers in the feeding system and 1 worker in the discharging system. It's more save your just the workers outlet. And the second advantage, the continuous production for 24 hours. Yes, and it can work without stop for 45 to 60 days. And compared with the batch type pyrolysis plant and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, it's more efficient and it can work for much more longer days. Like the batch type pyrolysis plant, we need to cool down the reactor, and then we're allowed to discharge the carbon black. So we can have 1 batch for 1 day, and 1 batch is the capacity is like 15 tons or 12 tons. So you can compare with 15 tons and 50 tons. It's much more different. And this big processing capacity, yes, we just say it. And time and labor saving, we just introduction to. It's save more time. We don't need to cool down the reactor. And the labor saving is we have the Pyrolysis system, and it's save more labor, save more workers. We just need 2 or 3 workers for whole line. And this is the design, the equipment details. You can have a look. We also have the 3D video. This is the 3D picture. We also have the 3D video or some real photo, real video for our customers, or for our own for the photos picked in our factory. More pictures or more videos, more data you want to get, or do some bosses will ask that I want to get this brochure. Can you give it to me? It's also, of course, I can give it to you. So the only things you need to do is just to leave your WhatsApp number, so our companies, our colleagues, our sales managers will contact with you and send you the data. Send you this message you want. And you can see this details. We have this kind of system, the feeding system. The feeding system, this is, oh my god, how to see my hand. Sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Well, the first is the feeding system. To feed the raw material like the rubber powder from the waste tire or the plastic, and like the oil sludge. We also can feed in this reactor by the winch. This is a feeding system. And the second system, the pyrolysis reactor, the pyrolysis system. You can see that this fully continuous pyrolysis plant is much more longer than this one. This is the semi-continuous. It's much more longer. Well, this can reach to 26 meters, and so we can have much more capacity, much more rubber powder in this raw material. And later, after the pyrolysis, we can get the oil gas outside the pyrolysis reactor. They will get out from the outlet, and then they firstly reach to the buffer. Well, the name is buffer cooling chamber. The cooling system or the condensing system, that's the name. The condensing system to cool down, to condense the oil gas to the oil. And then this is one of the most important product we get. It's just the flue oil. And just the flue oil, I forgot to introduce you that what can our flue oil use? Can it used as the car? Well, the answer is no. We can use it has a very high heating energy, and we can use it as the like the bricks factory, the glass factory, the generators, and something like the cement factories. This kind of things, this kind of places that may need plenty of the heating energy. Or if you want to refining your oil, you can have a refining system. and you can get the diesel from the after the pyrolysis. And diesel can be used as like the large agricultural machine, the ferry, the boat, these things, these places. And this after the oil gas is condensed, then we also have the carbon black in the reactor, and the carbon black will go through the slagging system. Instead of the slagging system, you can see that there's some winches in the slugging system, and to cool down the reactor, cool down the carbon black, and we will have we'll backpack it immediately to have to sell it, or to have a further production. The carbon black also have a very high heating energy, and it can replace the coal to heat things, or you can have it is a raw material of like the rubber, the paint. This is how the carbon black can use. And we also can get a steel wire from the waste tire, and you can sell it or just melt it. And another most important system, the odor removal system, and the desulfurizing tower, desulfurizing, sorry, and we also have some flue gas, some gases outside the reactor, and if we just don't deal with it, it's not allowed for the government. For example, in China, the government are not allowed to have this project. So we need to have the flue gas purification system to reach to the standard our country have. Well, different kinds of regions have different policies about the flue gas purification standard, but our equipment can reach to your standard, to your regions. And for example, in China, in different provinces, we have different policies, and we have different kinds of equipment to reach to different kinds of standard. You don't need to worry about this. You just need to contact with the sales manager, and we'll have some ideas, some suggestions for you. And this is the second equipment our company have, the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. You can have a look at this picture. Well, the capacity is smaller than the fully continuous, but is much larger than the third one, the batch type. You can see the difference between the semi-continuous and the fully continuous, like the reactor. The biggest difference is in the reactor. It's more smaller, it's more shorter than the fully continuous, right? And it's not shown in this picture. If you want to know more pictures, we can send you some message. You just need to leave your WhatsApp number so we can contact with you, right? And this the reactor is more smaller and the capacity is more smaller. But the advantage of the semi-continuous is we don't need to cool down the reactor to discharge the carbon black. The carbon black, we can discharge the carbon black in a very high speed. Like the reactor, we have the temperature that reach to 200 or 300 degree. So we don't need to cool down the reactor to the common temperature, like to 50 degree, to discharge the carbon black. It's a kind of save of time. If we cool down the reactor, we need many hours, maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. It's a kind of waste time. So we'll have a small reactor between the pyrolysis reactor to discharge the carbon black in it, and it will slow down the temperature by itself, or you can have a water cover the reactor to cool down it. But it will not influence the biggest reactor, the big reactor, the pyrolysis reactor, so it can also pyrolysis. That's why it saves them time. Well, the advantage of the fully continuous, the semi-continuous, is the capacity is from 1 ton per day to 20 ton per day, and it's automatically feeding. We just need to feed the rubber powder, and it can feed and discharge at the same time. High efficiency, right? We can do two batch, two plus 20 of the reactor for 3 days. The energy saving. Well, why we say that it's energy saving? It's because, after the pyrolysis, we not only get the flue oil, we also get the tail gas, and the tail gas can return to the reactor at heating energy. So we don't need to use the natural gas, the flue oil, to heat the reactor later. We just only need to use the flue gas, the tail gas, to return to the reactor, so it's more energy saving, and it's also save the energy in the fully continuous. For example, if we work for 45 days and we only need 8 hours to use the natural gas or the flue oil to heat the energy, and then the next days we only need to use the tail gas. We have random of tail gas after the pyrolysis. We just only need this kind of energy, the heating energy. Good performance. Also, we also have many clients to use the semi-continuous to to have this program, and for example, in Nigeria or in China, many provinces, we also have the semi-continuous. You're also welcome to visit. And this is the batch type pyrolysis plant. The third equipment our company have, and it have a much more longer history. So many bosses will choose this raw material, this equipment. You can see that one advantage that batch type have is the multiple uses. How to say that? Why we say that? That's because maybe nearly all kinds of the raw material that can be pyrolysis, we all can use the batch type to product. Well, it's very empty reactor in this empty room in this reactor, and we just can put the raw material like the whole tires or some mixed plastic, the oil sludge, the coal tar oil in the reactor to have the pyrolysis equipment, this pyrolysis project. Well, you can see the picture. This is the reactor, very much more similar than with the semi-continuous. And this is a flue gas pipe, the indoors, the feeding doors, and outside is behind this is the outlet and the condensing system. We have two kinds of condensing system: the tube condensing and the water tank condensing. And if you're interested, we can send you some pictures. You just need to send your WhatsApp number and contact with us. Some advantage of the batch type pyrolysis plant: it's easy operation, cost effectively, and good stability, and multiple use. This is the advantages. So many bosses will choose this equipment. It has the reason. Well, it's much more cheaper than the fully continuous. And you can buy you can have one line or two line in the first of your product. And if you know more about the market, know more about the detail of the data, and you get another profit from the pyrolysis, you can get set more line. Maybe our suggest is you can set 4 line or 6 line. And this is the 3D picture of it. We can have some 3D videos if you want to know more about this. You can just send your message. Your requirement. Maybe, for example, hello, I want to get the brochure, or I want to know more real pictures about your equipment. Can you send more pictures to me? Of course, you can just send a message to us. Anything you want to know about the market, the detail, the profit, anything you want to know, just let me know. And 3D videos, 3D pictures, you can have a look. We have the auto feeder, pyrolysis reactor, and the gas will come out from the outlet and reach to the buffer tank. The buffer tank can slow down the speed of the oil gas, and then it will reach to the condensing system. Then the oil can turn to the flue gas. The oil gas can turn to the oil and temporarily stored here in this oil temporarily storage tank. Then this is a patent of our company. What's its name? The tail gas cleaning and odor removal system, or you can just call it the odor removal system. This is why we set this kind of system is because, well, we just said the tail gas can return to the reactor to be the burning energy. But if we just burn it directly, it will have some like the sulfur dioxide in it, and will have some bad smell. So it's not very environmental protection, environmental friendly. So we have this odor removal system. It have the like the sodium hydroxide in this two tank. You can't see my fingers, so pity. This two tank to clean the sulfur dioxide in it. And later is the discharging system. Well, we have 3 ways to discharge the carbon black for the batch type pyrolysis plant. It's all due to your requirement, your raw material, what kind of raw material you have. Like if you have the waste tire, 3 kind of the ways to discharge all suitable for your raw material. Like you can have the you can discharge it in the indoor or the side discharge, or discharge in the outlet. It's also can design. It has some disadvantage and advantage. No more details you want to know, you can just contact with us, and our sales manager will give you an introduction, more detail. The third one is the bad type, and the first one is the pyrolysis plant unit, a small pyrolysis plant unit. You can see it is quite more small. This is the whole line of the pyrolysis project, and the daily capacity is much more smaller. Yeah, it's 100 kilogram per day, or 500 kilogram per day. But although it's small, all the projects it all have all this design. Like this is the reactor, and this is a condensing system, the odor removal system, discharging system. It also have. Well, some like the college or some environmental places will have some environmentation, and they want to get the more data or some other things about the pyrolysis project. They will buy this kind of pyrolysis unit. Or some farmers, like many farmers in America, many farmers in Australia will buy this unit, and they can get the fuel oil and the diesel after the pyrolysis, and they can use this kind of oil or use this kind of diesel in their agricultural machine. This is the market this kind of pyrolysis unit have. And the advantages of this kind of unit have maybe like free installation, and cost saving, easy handling, and test available. This is the advantage. For example, the installation. So some boss will ask, if our factory are not in China and in abroad, how can our installation? Well, you don't need to worry about it. Our engineer and our sales manager will fly to your country to teach you how to installation, and we have our installation workers to help you to installation it. It's not need to worry, because we have more than 13 years of the history of our company. We're founded in 2011, and many experience we have. You don't need to worry about after sales service and the selling. For example, we have the manager to help you to installation and help you to work. And if you have any problems during your pyrolysis, our sales manager will also give you some service. It's a long-time service, so you don't need to worry. And now this is how the flue product, this is the final product, or the application of the products. If your raw material is the waste tire, we can get the flue oil, the tail gas, and the carbon black, the steel wire after pyrolysis. And what can it use? What the application of it? For example, the most important products of our waste tire pyrolysis is the flue oil. You can use at the blower heating, heavy oil generator, or if you have some glass factory, a cement factory, bricks factory, so need plenty of the heating energy. You also can use. You don't need to worry about if I can sell it well. So don't need to worry. Many buses, many factories need this kind of oil. Or you can refine this kind of oil to the diesel. And the diesel, just as I said before, can use it in the agricultural machine. And this is the gas, tail gas. You can say it, tail gas. Tail gas can return to the heating reactor to heat the raw material. Or if you have any other factories, you can link it with a pipe and to use it and burning. Or maybe you can just store it, but it will cost, maybe you cost some safety things, safety influential. So our suggest is you can just use it in the reactor or just burn it directly. Aluminium ingot, one of the most important raw material from the aluminium plastic. Like this, the aluminium plastic, the industry, you can use it in the industrial manufacturing or just directly sales. It can sell in very high price, more than 10,000 each ton. It's much more higher than the flue oil. Oh, well, the actual prices you just need to due to the different regions or different times. The market is changing. And this carbon black and steel wire is the main raw material, main product of the waste tire. You can burn it directly and refining to the rubber or to the like the paint. It also can. profit analysis. Cost, you can see this is all based on the internet or the feedback of our customers. So you can contact with us to make a detailed listed analysis and many other details about the market or profit you can see. You can just, well, see it. This is all due to your different kind of the raw material or the different kind of regions you're in it. You can see if your raw material is the waste tire, and if you have the 15 tons, it may be if you have the if you're in China, now the waste tire is much more expensive than before. It may reach to 1,800 RMB. And maybe in United States, it's 30 USD per ton. And the cost per day is the raw material, the electricity consumption, the heating fuel, for example, the coal, the tire oil, or the natural gas. But just as I said, if you use the tail gas, you can just return to the reactor, so you can save your cost at the heating fuel. The manpower, or if you use the PLC system, is much more saving about the manpower and the income each day. The flue oil, the carbon black, and the steel wire. Can have a look. Well, you can just, as I said before, it's all based on the internet and the feedback of our customers, and many more details about the profit, the data. It's not very convenient to show in the live screen, so you need to contact with us, and the sales manager will give you an introduction. And you may ask how you can contact with me, how the ways. Well, you just need to leave your WhatsApp number to send our message privately, and then my assistant will contact with you, send your message to the sales manager, and our sales manager will contact with you immediately. Yes, and this is some equipment advantage of us. The welding process, you can see, or the design of the reactor head. It also have a very high level. The carbon black winding transfer system. You can see, well, like the reactor head made of 16 medium blower plates, a round-shaped reactor head, withstand high pressure and temperature. Then, well, like you may visit other factories in China. They may have, it's not round shape, it's like just like a plate. The three-step weld process, and also welded by the machine. One-piece design, no risk of cracking. And the after-sales service we also have, and we can promise about 1 year the after-sales service. long machine service life. For example, the fully continuous reactor you can use for like 2, 3, or 4 days, 4 years, I'm sorry. And the full material installation cover, multiple fire protection test, guaranteed quality control. Yeah, we also can have this kind of service. Carbon black wind transfer system is underground, so there's no dust. Some kind of places, the regions, the government is more strict. They have the most strict standard. So it will have the test randomly to your factory to have a test. So you need to ensure your factory, your workshop is clean without dust. But if your material is a carbon black, your product is a carbon black, it will have some dust. So if our design, like the carbon black, the carbon black wind transfer system, is underground and it's sealed, you don't need to worry about this. Exhaust gas cleaning system. The flue gas purification system to clean the fiber gases material. It is fiber gas material. Long service life. You can see that like the tail gas, we have this kind of gas in the tail gas, and if you burn it directly, it will have the bad smell. It's not environmental friendly, so we can patent this out. You only can have this kind of patent equipment in our country, in our company. This is the recommend products. Waste tire to rubber powder machine. If your equipment is a fully continuous and semi-continuous, you need to change the waste tire to the rubber powder, so you can ensure it can feed and slag at the same time. Well, this is what our today's live show tell us or introduce. More detailed information you want to know, you can just contact with the sales manager, and we're in line for 24 hours. About how to contact with us, you just only need to send your WhatsApp number or your email or your telephone number in the comment place, or send your message privately to us. Then our sales manager will contact you immediately to give you an introduction about whether if you want to know the market, want to know the profit, or you want to know the equipment, the design of our equipment, or you want to visit the factory of our country, the client factory, and many other regions in all the continents, like in Europe, in Asia, in Africa. Also, you can contact with us, and our sales manager can give you the service. Well, this is what we have today, and thank you for watching. And hello, welcome to the Doings Live show. You can leave your WhatsApp number to send your message privately to us. Or what? Wait a second. I will give you my WhatsApp number. Wait a minute. this is a WhatsApp number. It doesn't show the information. Yeah, this is a WhatsApp number, and you can just contact with us directly. Or you can leave your email, your telephone number to send your message privately to us. Then I will contact with you. And our today's live show is at an end, so you can just copy our WhatsApp number first. Or if you want to know more, you can just follow our channel. We will have different kinds of the live show, different topic later for every week. And tomorrow we also have a live show. So I don't know whether you have contact with me. My own contact. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have a WhatsApp number, or whether you have, if you have a WeChat number or telephone number, you can contact with me. But you need to first add the WhatsApp number, and my assistant can send my contact with you for you. It's not very convenient to just type my telephone number in the comment place. So I'm sorry, you need to add the WhatsApp number first. And another some requirements, you can talk with us privately. So any things you want to know, you can just send your message. My own email. Okay. Well, it's not very convenient to just type in the comment place. I will send your message privately after the live show. Okay? You can focus on the private message place, and after the live show, I will give you my message. So any other questions you have? I need to make sure you don't have any questions then. Okay, then I will say goodbye to you. It's time to say goodbye, and thank you for your watching. Goodbye, have a nice